I want to talk to you today about my shame, my struggle, my addiction. Pocket pistols. I love them. I love these little mouse guns. They feel great in the hand. They shoot 380, which is a perfectly worthwhile round. It's not as good as 9 or 45 or 40 or 10, but it will get the job done in a defensive scenario, especially with the modern double stack variants that can carry a lot of ammo. So let's go through each one, what I use it for, what I carry it for. Let's start with the black sheep of the family. This is the Ruger LCR, and it is double action only, of course. Hammerless design, takes 5 rounds of 38 special. Personally, I never carry this thing. Partially because, as you can see here, a nut fell out and it finally came back in stock at the parts store. So I'm going to screw that back in and then probably sell this guy in favor of a Kel-Tec P32 because I really want that to be my walking / jogging gun just because it's so light and can totally disappear in your pocket. But the LCR, it's a perfectly fine gun. This bolt falling out does worry me, but throw a little bit of Loctite on it, you should be fine. Personally, I don't like to pocket carry revolvers because they're just chunkier. They don't even have the capacity of the PPK that you see back here. And it's just not for me. It's not for me. Some people love them. The 38 Special, that extra stopping power, would be a real bonus to some people, but I feel like it has enough drawbacks being that width and capacity that I would rather skip it. But it's a fun gun. It's a good gun to shoot if you have the bolt. So here's my workhorse, my everyday. I just picked it up. I was carrying the Bodyguard 2.0 regular. This is the Bodyguard 2.0 Carry Comp Edition. I sold that in favor of getting this because, like an Apple fanboy, I have to have the newest update to one of my favorite guns. This thing has a, look at that, 12-round magazine. I do believe this guy is a 10-rounder, yes. So 10 plus 1 and 12 plus 1 in this tiny package. This is the thing I usually appendix carry with a Filster Enigma holster setup, so I can walk around in shorts. I don't need anything with a belt. It's not a huge pain in the butt to have to pair up my clothes exactly. It does not print. It is almost impossible to get this thing to print, even if you want to. It is a great little gun, and as you can see, the sights on the new Carry Comp are a little bit better than the old style. I wish I had kept it long enough to show you guys how awful those old sights used to be. You can see here there's a nice square cutout. The old one was a wider round cutout. It's meant for rapid target acquisition at close ranges, which works perfectly for that. But if you're trying to actually be accurate at normal pistol length, then normal pistol distances, then it's not gonna happen with that old Bodyguard. I just picked this up, so I'm super excited to go test it out and see how much more accurate I can be with some sights that look like they hit a good medium between the old one's rapid acquisition sights and a more standard pistol sight that you might take out to the range and ding steel all day. So, very comfortable in the hand. I'm getting the Hogue grip, so we're going to see if that little slight more bit of fatness, that little chunky belly on it, will give an even better grip. But personally, feels great in the hand, and I have large but not oversized massive hands, about normal for the 6'3" guy that I am. So it feels comfy. It's great to shoot. Really runs flawlessly, at least my old model did. Very great gun. Just a great gun. Highly recommended. And then decent trigger. For being a striker-fired gun, decent trigger. Up next, this is what I pocket carry most of the time. It is the Ruger LCP Max. Got the stainless steel edition because, well, I wanted a stainless steel gun and I wasn't going to stop until I had it. And as you can see, it's very similar in size, but when you put it up against the carry comp Bodyguard 2.0, it's a little shorter and just a little skinnier. A little bit, or a little shorter this way too. Width-wise, just about the same. It feels chunkier because this has more of a rounded grip, but the grip feels good, feels solid. It's just that it's squared off, making it feel chunkier. It's going to have about one less round, so 10 plus 1 or 11 plus 1 for the slightly extended mag that gives you that full grip right there. Super comfy gun. And I had the LCP-2, which was also a great gun. And if you put the Max up against the 2, at first you're going to go, oh, the Max is a bigger gun, right? I mean, not really. It has a slightly wider grip here to accommodate that double stack magazine. But if you put them slide to slide, you'll see that the Max is only maybe a couple of millimeters thicker. It's honestly insane what they were able to fit into this gun at the price point. And the sights, a little bit better than the Bodyguard 2.0, I would say. A lot better than the old LCP2 sights. Those LCP2 sights were garbage. They were hot garbage. It was meant to be pulled out of your pocket and start blasting. That's it. Just point and shoot. And at defensive ranges, that's probably what you're going to be doing with any of these guns, because they are not a engage a major threat at distance type of weapon. That's just not what they're for. They are a backup. They are for my life is in danger and I'm going to fix that problem right now. And given that most defensive gun uses, if you count brandishing as a defensive gun use, somebody pulls out a gun, whoever the problem is runs away. I would not rely on that. I would not rely on that, of course. You want something that will solve your problem for you. And a smaller pocket pistol is probably not going to have the oomph factor that pulling out a full-size 1911 may. But it's still a gun, and it'll still shoot. It's still 380. 380 with modern defensive rounds, it will make the person regret not running. And you see the trigger here. I'd say slightly more crisp than the Bodyguard 2.0. But yeah, this is what I carry to walk, to run. It's just because of that being shorter each way, it is more practical for that. And out of the pocket pistols, get out of here. Out of the pocket pistols, my dark horse, you may be wondering, what are you doing with this? Is this just an enthusiast gun? The Walther PPK. Why, oh why, do you have a Walther PPK. It's an old gun. Decocker. It's got a decocker on it. Well, let me tell you. I live in a medium-sized, fairly rural, very red city. If I use a Shadow Systems, if I use a Wilson Combat, if I use anything to defend my life, the cops are going to go, okay, cool, thanks for taking a scumbag off the street. Assuming, of course, that all of the rules of engagement are followed, my life is in danger. I don't ever want to be in that situation. But I could use anything. I could use a kitted out AR-15 with a suppressor, and the police department, the DA, is only going to look how clean was the shoot? Was this justified? Was he in fear for his life? Okay, bing bong boom. Good. They're probably shooting suppressors on the weekends too. Not so when I go into my hometown, which is a big city. It's still Texas, so you have a little bit more leeway to defend your life if that's necessary, but it's a big blue city. It has a DA who would rather let the criminals free and the good law-abiding people not defend themselves. It's a sad truth, but it is what it is. And you may call it FUD lore, but it is true that the more tactical your gun looks, the worse your outcome will be if you have to go to court. And again, God forbid, I never want to end up in this situation. I would prefer to be carrying around a dumb paperweight in my pants for the rest of my life, and the dumb paperweight that I go and shoot at targets on the weekend, than to ever use it. But if I had to, the 6+1 in this Walther will do me just fine, and it looks about as normal and non-tactical as a pistol can look. It's a single stack 380. I think 6+1 or 6+1. This gives it that third finger, and it's just not going to make the DA start frothing at the mouth. It's not going to make the blue-haired old ladies or blue-haired and septum-pierced younger ladies on the jury freak out and crap their pants when they see it. It's a very simple, basic gun. Now, it's blowback, fixed barrel, no slide drop on there, no slide release, but dead simple. I have never had a single problem with it. It always fires, and as a bonus, it's got that great crispy hammer fire. And as a double bonus, it's got the decocker, so I can start my first round in double action, which I like. I don't like to carry an older firearm, safety off, hammer back. I don't like position one for that. I don't like to carry with a safety either, because that's just one more motion you have to remember every single time. You have to learn to ride that safety. And personally, I'm going to be using a lot of striker fired guns, so I'd stick with a double action, and it comes out, bang, you're really sure about what you're shooting at if you're pulling that double action, and then it flips over to that nice, crisp, easy single action for the next 5, 6, however many shots. And I guarantee you, if I have to use any of these guns, I will be dumping the whole mag. 1, it shows you're freaking serious. 2, I'm not leaving anything up to chance, man. There's no 1-2 double taps here. It is a quintuple tap, at least. If I am in fear for my life, well, the other person is going to meet 5 of my little friends. So how do I carry it? I talked about an in-waistband holster, but I've also got a little pocket holster. I've got a couple of them. This is a DeSantis pocket holster. It's my favorite. It's got a nice paddle that will catch on your shorts so you can pull it out. It fits any of these modern, skinnier guns very well. As you can see, super small, compact. It looks like having a wallet in your pocket. That's the only print you see. It can even fit my big fat PPK. Fat PPK. So it's a great little holster. I usually use a different one for the PPK. It's a little bit bigger, but as this tiny DeSantis holster is broken in, you can see no way to get in that trigger. Fits perfectly. I may start carrying it with this. But that's my addiction. That is my love, my collection of pocket pistols, what I use each of them for, and I hope you got some value out of this video, even if it was just asking why does this lunatic have so many stupid 380 pocket pistols. But I love them. I can't get enough of them. They're fun to shoot, fun to carry, and I would highly recommend you pick one up. If you're one of those guys who doesn't want to throw the gun belt on every day, go for it. Personally, I would get the Bodyguard 2.0 carry comp. If I was going to go one and done, this would work for literally all of the applications. Either the carry comp or the LCP Max. Honestly, the LCP Max, if you're going for that city carry like I am sometimes, looks a little less scary, I guess, because this has like a comp on it. Looks a little bit more sleek and tactical. Has cuts and it's scary. It'll make you pee your pants if you're the kind of person who gets selected for a big city jury. But you cannot go wrong with either of these guns. Personally, I'd recommend the Bodyguard 2.0, but the LCP Max is a great basic, simple option as well. They're cheap, they're affordable, they shoot well, they're reliable. That's all you could ever need. Thanks, guys.